Julia, Julia, Julia. Am I the bad person for not giving my sister back the dog she left with me for 6 years? My sister moved abroad 6 years ago and asked me to take care of her dog for a few months. I paid for everything, trained him, and we've grown really attached. He's basically my family now. So first they agreed upon only few months for the dog to stay with him. If he was informed that the dog would be staying with him only for few months, he would know that he should try his best not to get emotionally attached to the dog. But if the months turn into years, it's totally normal to expect that the person will create a bond with the dog and the dog will also love that person. And also, I would say she was the one supposed to pay for the dog, but well, she didn't. She's back recently and wants the dog because it's still technically hers. I said no, explaining how much time and care I've put in and that it would be traumatic for him to leave. She keeps calling me selfish and unreasonable. Anyone with two brain cells and some basic thinking will know that the one selfish and unreasonable is you, the sister, because you basically abandoned the dog for 6 years. I don't know if you even show any interest in your dog during these 6 years, if you even asked if your dog was okay or whatever. So when the brother was with the dog more than few months, when he would know that the dog would be gone in short period of time, he wouldn't even care. But when it was 6 years, it's a really long time, and they become close to each other. They created a strong bond between human and animal. And you conveniently postpone the time you were supposed to get your dog back, and you didn't even pay anything for the dog, and you are calling your brother selfish and unreasonable because you just want to come here and tear them apart. I don't know what you are thinking with, but it's probably not your brain. The sister is really unreasonable for thinking her brother is unreasonable, and she's really selfish to wanting to separate her brother and the dog after so many years of not really caring about the dog at all. And it doesn't even matter when she says it's technically hers, because yeah, technically yes, but in reality she is really brain dead. And I don't know if she even cares about the dog, because if she did, she would know that the best environment for the dog is to stay with the human that cared for him for the 6 years and that loves him, and the dog is also loving him back. I love my sister, but I also love this dog. I don't want to fight, but I feel like he's been part of my family far longer than she's been around. So basically, your dog is more close to you than your sister. She is better sibling to you than her. So the conclusion is that I don't think you are an asshole for wanting to keep your dog, and the one being an asshole in this situation is your sister for abandoning the dog and conveniently postponing the date of getting the dog back and not really paying anything for the dog. And then she returns after all those years wanting to separate you from your beloved dog. And after all that, she calls you unreasonable and selfish. I wouldn't give my beloved dog to such person, even if it was my sister. But if you are somehow considering giving the doggy back to her, I would give her two conditions. First, she needs to pay me for all those years she didn't pay for. And the second one, I will have the ability to see the dog from time to time.